with Pine Lake next year, if you're bringing this program in, obviously you're not going to have as many years of data for Pine Lake specifically. And hopefully they'll have a way, because you can load stuff in from an Excel spreadsheet, hopefully they'll be able to take maybe this graduating class and the previous one, at least 2 classes, and load them into their system, so you'll be able to have a little bit of an idea of what else is in there. All right, so let's look at some other stuff. And then,
excuse me.
Yes.
Does it only show you from a particular school that was applying to those colleges that got in, or can it show you from other schools that?
No, only from your school.
Okay.
Now, but you can go in, like I have, one of the reasons I gave you this sheet is you see the web address there. And our families have that web address, then they have their code to get into their kid. All right? But you can go into our site and enter as guest. And I have left all of the scattergram information up. It won't obviously put a circle in there for where your kid is, because you'll be looking at all of that,
Right.
just without the circle. I suspect that we let people see more than most do on the guest mode. I bet if you go into, I don't know, Myers Parks or Charlie Country Days or somebody else, they probably have those things blocked. But I see no reason why, one, it's if we have, we tell prospective families to check it out, and we're proud of our results, so it's a little bit of a marketing tool, but also if it's helpful for people just to kind of get a sense of where our kids are going or how tough it is to get into certain schools, I'm all in favor of it.
So you can get into all high schools as a guest through this application on there?
Yeah, but some, like I have to, I create, you probably don't want to see this, but I have sort of the back-end control of the website, and so I can click on or off what a guest can see. And I haven't really checked it out, but I have a feeling that most schools give you relatively little in the guest site. But ours, we give you a fairly good amount. Okay. Go over to, we won't spend too much time. Oops, take a long time. We're not signing limit. We're going to just show you a couple other things that you can do here. So we're back on this home page, and notice how I was in the colleges section looking specifically. Well, this was, if you already kind of knew, your counselor's throwing out names, you've got some names in your mind, your kid has some names. What if you don't have any names? You're kind of clueless about the whole thing. You can go into this great program called, this is a college search, where you can pick things like, okay, location, I want to, this is a very important category for me, location. I want to be in the southeast, and it's starting to show me some schools. Well, I'm not so interested in those schools, so let me have a different, let me get a little bit more specific. Augusta State, haven't even heard of it, maybe it's not that good of a school, maybe I'll let them know what my SAT scores are. I actually have 600 on every section, so here are my SAT scores. Let's say they're around 1770. Things have, that's very important. Now we're starting to, sorry, it's probably not as clear as it should be. Oh, I wanted to do that. Sorry, this is not very helpful. Anyways, I'm probably making it more confusing than it needs to be, but you can go down that left side and pick location. You can pick 2-year versus 4-year. How much am I willing to pay? What is my student's SAT score or anticipated SAT score? What majors do they want to study? As you saw, what states do they want to be in, what extracurricular activities are important to them, and it will give you every school that might possibly fit your kid. You can also go, okay, well here's one. All of the schools that you put in there, it said students who applied to these schools also applied to these schools. All right, you know, it's kind of like Amazon. You know, you order a book. Oh, people who liked Moneyball may also enjoy. So people who apply to Boston College also apply to these schools. People who apply to Clemson also apply to these schools. This is a good sort of idea generator, if you want. That's all on here.